Alright, so right now we are in the loading screen. This should go by pretty quickly though. Once it gets in, I'll kind of go over the champions and the team compositions that everybody has, and we'll see what's going to be the best option for everybody. Dun, dun, dun. Just waiting on the Vayne for the most part. Vayne's a little slow sometimes, I guess. We're a little slow, Vayne. I guess unless she's chasing you, she's going to be pretty slow. Okay, so here we do have Vayne and Riven, Alistair, Gangplank, and Lux against Volibear, Taric, Jax, Varus, and Kennen. I don't know why I'm getting... Alright, so this game is going to be pretty good. It looks like we do have some nice team comps here. Let's see. Okay, we have Volibear jungling against a... Let's see, is that going to be... No, it's going to be an Alistair jungle. This is going to be great because Alistair has amazing ganks, and surprisingly enough, Volibear has some pretty good ganks with his fling, his singed-like fling. We have a Taric Varus bottom, which is going to be awesome because Taric can just stun somebody and then Varus can put down his rain of arrows that prevents them from healing. But then again, we're going to have Lux and Vayne bottom, so they don't really have heals anyway. It's not going to be too much of an issue. With Taric's armor buff, it's going to be relatively difficult for Vayne to get some early harass off. Varus is very good at throwing out some harass. Varus does have a longer range than Vayne, but he does have to hit that Q, and with Vayne's tumble, I'm assuming it's going to be relatively difficult for him to hit that Q. Gangplank may be going mid, which would be quite odd. Yeah, it does look like Gangplank's going mid, so they don't have an AP carry, which is very interesting. But Gangplank should do okay. It looks like it's going Crit Plank. Ah, yeah, Crit Plank. Haven't seen one of those in a long time. Against Kennen in mid. Looks like Jax is going to go against top. Are going to go top against Riven. I'm not exactly sure how this matchup evens out. I think Riven may still have the upper hand since she doesn't do too much auto attacking for that counter strike to really matter. Yeah, so it looks like it's going to be a relatively even trade. Wow, that's a very early exhaust, forcing the flash onto that Riven. That was really great for Jax's early harass to make her waste her flash like that. Although he did exhaust, so it will be dangerous. Yeah, it is going to be very difficult for him to land that stun now that she is prepared for it. Let's see, middle, we do have Kennen, who is going AP. He does have 21 AP early game, so he's probably running AP Quints as well as AP Blues, I believe, AP per level Blues. Gangplank, man, I don't even know. Let's see, do we have his crit up here? Let's see, his crit chance is 8%. Looks like that's all from Brawler's Greaves, so yeah, he doesn't have any runes for crit, which is probably good. Oh, Alistair flashed in for that gank. Oh, it's going to be dangerous. Very, very dangerous. Great pulverize, popping the heal. They didn't get the ignite before the heal, but I don't think it matters. That was a great first blood by Alistair. If we can get Alistair fed early game, that is going to be a nightmare for the other team. This Alistair is just going to snowball out of control. It does look like Volibear is pretty low in the jungle right now, but then again, he does still have his passive. I'm not sure if that has popped. I don't believe so. I think there might be a debuff or a cooldown when it is popped. Let's see. So we do have Gangplank doing surprisingly well against this Kennen. I'm not exactly... Oh, that was a great move by him. Oh, force the flash. Perfect. That was great to pop the flash, so this could be dangerous, although he doesn't have flash anymore. Oh, that's going to be great. Oh, if he can get headbutt. Get that Alistair. Nice. They might go for this kill. Headbutt back. Oh, it's perfect. Perfect. Oh, just barely got that kill on the Alistair. Is he going to try to get away with this passive? Don't think it's going to work. Nope. Uh-oh, Jax is going to come down, hopefully with a Gangplank. Oh, get away, Gangplank. Gangplank, run away! Alright, yeah, he's going to be perfectly fine, it looks like. So it's going to give Riven some free farm top. Looks like Riven is actually doing pretty well in CS. It's going to be 18 to 12, and Jax being forced to help mid, or trying to help mid, is going to make him lose a few more CS. But he does look like he is doing more damage. So, looks like Riven's able to juke out a lot of his mana from the counter spell. So that's, or counter strike, sorry. That's going to be really great. Yeah, it's going to force Jax to go back, but then again, Riven does not know this yet because he did recall in the bush. So she's just going to kind of freeze the lane here up top. That's good. It looks like Gangplank's going in for a little bit more harass. Gangplank with double buff is terrifying. I'm not sure why Gangplank didn't just stay in there and continue to attack, because he can just oranges and it's K out of that stun and auto attack like a madman, especially once that lightning rushes down. It's going to be very difficult for Kennen to run away. And then if Gangplank does his raise morale, oh, he actually doesn't have his oranges yet, so he wouldn't be K. That's not going to be good. That was a great stun by Kennen. He definitely needs to get his oranges up. He does have blue buff, so there's no real bad way of doing that, since it does use a considerable amount of mana, but once he gets that blue buff, it does not cost that much. It looks like Alistar might be coming in for that gank. Go Alistar, go Alistar, go Alistar. Oh, I didn't quite get that headbutt pulverize combo. Kennen is going to run down towards Volibear, but he does realize it's safe, so Volibears can go back to jungling. Looks like Taric might be going up, possibly just warding Dragon. Yeah, that's what it looks like. I really like this placement. The only real reason you need a ward is to see visibility on Dragon, where it spawns when it's being pulled. Other than that, if you can just get the tip, just so you can barely see Dragon and see this little entranceway here, more vision of this, the better. Especially coming from Taric's side, because they're going to be able to see anybody who comes out here, and if they're up here, if they're pushing up really heavily, and Alistar comes down here, or Gangplank comes down through here, then they're gonna have like a second more of reaction time to be able to react to that, but still getting perfect vision here. So that's great. It does look like Lux is going to ward here. She does not have a pink ward, but she is going to ward. So yeah, she warded right in front of Dragon. I really feel that this is only needed if it's a pink ward, just in case they have wards on this inner part of Dragon. Looks like there could possibly be a little skirmish up here at top. Kennen is coming up top to possibly assist. But it doesn't look like that has happened. Kennen looks like he's just baiting it out. Oh, this could be very dangerous. Oh, that was incredible damage on that Volibear. That Volibear just got melted. Oh, that was fantastic play. Fantastic play by that double. Being able to get that Gangplank ult definitely helped. That Gangplank ult just smashed down like 3 consecutive hits on Volibear. Volibear did not, he was not happy with the random number generation on that. I know I always try to eliminate RNG. Gangplank's ult used to be much worse, but yeah, it looks like Riven's just going to push us and farm. I don't even think she's going to try to take that tower. She just wants to farm it up as much as possible. Oh, I take that back. She is going to take some considerable damage down on this tower. This tower is probably actually going to go down at 8 minutes. The thing that makes this an interesting decision is that this enables Riven to roam around the map quite a bit, but it also enables Jax to do some free farming, since he will be able to just freeze the lane right around here, and it's very, very dangerous for Riven to stay here. I'm not exactly sure. Okay, so, oh no, Riven is going to stay there. This is very dangerous for Riven with that Volibear there. Yeah, and he's going to bait him with the recall. Oh, luckily she has high mobility. But, oh no, she's going to get stunned. I think this is over for her. That was not a good trade. Riven, oh no, Riven only had 2 kills, so they didn't shut down a killing spree, which is great. That's what I was worried about. If she had 3 kills there, it would have given them an extra bit of gold. And that is definitely something you don't want to do. But that did put Jax back in the game a little bit. It was only an assist. He's still down 20 CS, so it's not going to help much. As you can see, Jax has not that much gold. Jax only has 2k, which is kind of where everyone's at for the most part. But if you take Jax versus Riven, it's 1,000 gold difference. Pretty close to that. Vayne here is doing also considerably well. Out CSing by 22. The Varus is going back, so Vayne's still going to get some harass. Looks like, yeah, they're going to go ahead and ward that dragon. I'm interested in when the dragon fight's going to start, now that Riven can probably just push this lane out to about here-ish, and then she can start roaming, and they can just force a dragon fight. Oh, it looks like there's going to be a great fight here. Oh, Kenna with that. Oh, yes, that was great with the Grog and the Ignite. Just ripped down that cannon. That was very, very close, but the slow from Gangplank's passive is incredibly strong. It's very underestimated. Gangplank's one of the strongest level 1 fighters, just 1v1. Oh, this could be very dangerous. That was a great summoner heal. Summoner heal by him. Oh, that was fantastic. This could be dangerous too. Oh, didn't get a pulverize on him, but yes, the tower's attacking is going to be greater than that. Was going to pop his ult. That was fantastic play. Oh, he might get a double kill here. That would be very interesting. Volibear does have red buff, so he might just turn around and auto attack him once slow him down. No, he does not do that. Riven pops her ult considerably early. Oh, yeah, never mind. Riven went balls deep. This could be very dangerous. Oh, that was a great flash. Just barely missed that shuriken. Ken just barely missed. Yeah, Alistair's just going to help her get away. Oh, that was scary headbutt. We don't want that ult to come out because his ult is not up. Oh, that was dangerous. I'm sorry, I missed that kill. So looks like Lux did go down. That is not good. That's the second death on Lux. Luckily, Vayne has not died yet. Vayne still has 70 CS, and Vayne should be okay to farm in this tower for a little bit. That stun is not good, though, with the Varus and the Varus Q. Yeah, that's going to be dangerous. Gangplank's going to come down here just to farm out the lane a little bit while Vayne goes back up top. And hopefully Lux goes mid just to kind of get some experience, or Alistair possibly. It looks like Alistair will probably go mid to get some of that CS. Lux here is going to get a Philostone early, which is nice. And let's see, Vayne has got 2 blades and a Vamp Scepter. So, yeah, without having a healer, it's very, very good idea to get majority lifesteal. That was a great headbutt to get away. So, actually, that was a really good idea, because once Kennen turns Lightning Rush, it's very difficult. Although if Kennen ults right here, oh, that's going to be very scary. But Riven is coming in. Riven does a ton of damage right now. Yeah, and she's going to ult and take down. Yep. That was great. So Jax decided against going in there, which is a much needed idea. Okay, so that's still going to be scary, although Varus is there with the exhaust. Let's see. Oh, Riven, get away. You don't want to feed away double buffs. That's going to be... Oh, that was a great Q. Oh, unfortunately, they gave Jax double buffs. Jax should be able to take on both of those people with him. Yeah, so that's going to be a double kill for him. Probably a triple kill for Jax. Okay, so Varus is on a killing spree, which is not... We do not want Varus to have a killing spree. Anybody on the AD side having a killing spree... Oh, just barely. The Taric lived with no health. That was incredibly close. Luckily, he still had a heal, so they couldn't follow up with an auto attack or anything, but it was very close. Didn't look like that Lux Laser was actually going to hit him. I know there's been some issues. Oh, this is going to be great if he can get a tumble on there. Oh, that's not good. He's going to take tower aggro. Yeah, that's going to be dangerous. Oh, Summoner Heal is a great bait on that. It was a fantastic Summoner Heal. But that's not good. Looks like Lux did take that kill from the AD carry, which was probably needed. I guess since he had Summoner Heal, it's not a huge deficit for them, but it would have been much better if Vayne got that. Vayne is one of the greatest hyper carries in the game. It's going to be very difficult to kill Vayne if Vayne gets fed. And again, Vayne does have almost 30 CS more than this Varus. It's about 25 right now. Looks like Riven's coming up. Riven does not care right now. Riven's just going in. Riven's doing pretty good on CS against the Jax, up 11. Jax is of double buff, so that is scary, but Riven doesn't necessarily need mana. Her cooldowns are relatively low, so blue doesn't help her too much. Red is always great. but I'm not sure about fighting one-on-one versus Jax with double buffs. Looks like Alistair's here. They do have a ward in this bush, so they are going to see this Alistair. Alistair's going to back off, and so is Jax. Jax didn't really want to play around with that because he knows that Riven is relatively close. So it looks like Volibear might be going in for a gank. They did ping Alistair, and that's not going to be the best headbutt. There's probably a preemptive. Oh, that's not going to be good for Alistair, and it's not going to be good for Gangplank. Yeah, this is going to be a double kill. So it's going to be a 2-for-1 trade. Not the worst thing that could happen, but giving Volibear a killing spree. Oh, giving Jax a killing spree is not the best idea either. Jax is also one of the best hyper carries in the game. If he gets fed, it is incredibly scary to deal with. Luckily, bottom's not going too bad for the red team, but the blue team is having... That snare didn't even look like it was going to hit him either. Some interesting Lux hitboxes going on here. I'm not sure about her spells right now. Looks like she's going to zone that Taric out of that bush with her orb. Looks like Volibear's coming in, possibly. No, looks... Okay, Riven's backing off, which is fantastic. Okay, so I think they're giving the blue to Gangplank, it looks like, possibly. Gangplank might have just been helping. I think having Alistair with that blue buff is going to be very, very beneficial. Having Lux with blue buff wouldn't be bad either, because her spells are incredibly long cooldown. They're about 12-15 seconds. It's really, really long. It's great for laning because you have that initiation, the initial initiation, but once you miss it, or once you use it up in a team fight, you're borderline useless, I guess, if you don't have cooldown reduction. That's why a lot of people build cooldown reduction as their main item. So I'm assuming she will go Shirley's Reverie, if I were to take a guess, once she can get up some of that. There's a good... Oh, if they can stun him into that wall, which they did, they're going to blow that up. They did heal. That's going to be a really good Varus ult. I'm not sure if Lux is going to be able to get out of that with the healing reduction. Yeah, that was a great Q by Varus. And it looks like the rest of the team is coming in. They're going to get a Headbutt Pulverize combo. And that Jax is going to rip apart the Vayne. Oh, yeah. Okay, so... That was a great ult. The thunder, the thunder from hitting Alistair went over to the Vayne and got that. They're probably going to dive this tower since he does not have his ult anymore. Yeah, so that was great. Jax has a rampage still and double buffs. Jax is going. I have a feeling Jax is going to be very scary at the end of this game. Although Gangplank does also look like he's going to be fairly terrifying as well. Riven still just kind of hanging out, farming up a bit. Vayne has 109 CS, even when being pushed out quite a bit. Support's died a few times, but still been able to do it. They did take bottom tower. Blue did take bottom tower, so that's going to free up Vayne to do some free farming here while Lux roams around and tries to assist other lanes. Looks like she might get caught here. She's going to ult. Oh, that was a great flash. Basically preventing that ult from happening. Oh, no. She's still going in. Yeah, I think at that point she knew she was going to die, so Riven just decided to ult and attempt to kill the Kennen, but Kennen's storm is just, it's too heavy. It's too heavy. Can't carry the storm all the time, but Kennen does. Alright, so it looks like Alistair's still jungling. Alistair has gotten a Shirelia's already, and he has a Heart of Gold, so it looks like he may be going for a Trinity Force. We did actually just see this in the... I think it was the Curse Invitational just a little bit ago. The Curse Invitational, there was an Alistair that basically went Trinity Force Yomu's and was ripping people apart. I think he had more AD than the AD carry on the other team. It was insane. But it was a great match to watch. I loved it. I think Alistair the Sheen is terrifying because once you get headbutted into a wall, you kind of get stuck there for a second and he can auto-attack. And then once you start moving, he just pulverizes you and then auto-attacks you again. It's just a lot of damage, so it's very hard. Okay, so I think this is a great idea from the Kennen to get a Doran's Shield. Doran's Shield is one of the only ones that still gives you armor anymore. Oh, this... yeah, looks like Alistair was torn. between the decisions. Alistair's very fast. Alistair has boots of mobility. Yes, so this is going to be... This is a very dangerous situation for the red team. Looks like... Oh, it's so close! The Ignite just barely wore off. Vayne was trying to pick up that Volibear, but he did flash out and proc his passive. Lux is coming in. If she can get some slows and the laser, that's going to do some significant damage. And possibly if that Vayne comes back in... Oh no, it looks like it's going to be too late for that Vayne to come in. That is a lot of damage on that Lux. That could be very, very terrifying. But this Vayne, if Vayne can even... Yeah, Vayne's going to recall. It's probably the safest idea, as they knew they were going to get dove there. Blue team is on a very, very hot kill streak right now, and they are going to go for the first dragon at 20 minutes. It's an incredibly late dragon. Typically you see dragons at about 12 minutes. They just never had any safe chances to get dragon. They were behind a lot of the game, I would say. They were the first people to lose the tower. They were down in kills, but now they're getting up, and they are actually leading by... it's only 1,500 gold, but... that is enough, and most of that came from dragon, but they are tied up in towers, and then blue team has one dragon. So this is going... It looks like the difference right here is going to be CS. The creep score that they have gotten here is considerably higher than what this team has. On the red team is a lot higher than the blue team. As you can tell, there are some mid-hundreds almost. Yes, there's mid-100 here. Vayne is doing great against the Varus. Varus doesn't seem like he can do anything against this Vayne. The only thing is that Varus has 6 kills, and a kill is 15 to 20 CS depending on what part of the game you get the kill and the creep kill. But give or take 15 to 20 CS. They did find out that dragon is gone, so it looks like they're going to go for the blue buff. But yeah, so you tack on 15 times 6, and that's a significant amount. Oh, it looks like he's going to go in for some burst here. He's going to pop his ult. It looks like he's going to try to tower dive. Gangplank does ult to try to slow them down. That was a great Q by Varus. Oh man, that was so close. Oh, that was a great snipe at that Lux arrow too. Okay, that was awesome. That was a great comeback. They got a little bit cocky, and they decided to turn on them. They were able to have that coverage from Riven and from Wraiths, and then Vayne from down below in River. So, it looks like okay. So they did have that warded right when Volibear popped his speed up. Lux snared him. That was a fantastic move by that Lux, knowing right when he started that, right when he was about to initiate, she put the kibosh on it. She said, absolutely not. You are not going to fling my team. That was a fantastic snare. If they can get a pulverize headbutt combo. Oh, don't headbutt the Kennen into the team. It looks like red team is getting melted by that Kennen. Oh, that was... Okay, so this is going to be very dangerous with Gangplank. Looks like Lux... Oh, Lux had that shield. Yeah, Gangplank is going to have some issues. That's very dangerous for them. That was also great. Oh, they're so close to getting... If Vayne can get those double buffs, that would have been significant. So stun Vayne, not take any damage. They're pretty good. Varus is trying to fend off this tower. It is at half. Volibear is so close to dying. If Lux had her ult up still... Oh, it looks like she does have her ult. If she would have fired that, it's very possible that that could have killed him. It would have been a blind ult, of course, but... it's on a very short cooldown, especially her being level 10. She's almost level 11, so she might have wanted to save. She might have wanted to save it for the next fight, so that it's on an even shorter cooldown. Because I think at level 11, it's on a 30 or 40, 35, 40 second cooldown. It is pretty low. It's one of the shorter cooldowns in the game. That was a great condemn. I'm not sure if she's not going to get out of that. So. Looks like blue team is going to get a little heavy on this. Wow, Alistair is going crazy. So they did ult that, but Varus's ult's down. Gangplank was able to just rip people up, slow some people down with that. He's critting like crazy. Gangplank is going to just keep slowing that Varus. Unfortunately, that was a missed... Yeah, unfortunately, that was a missed pulverize. Oh, that's going to be terrifying. Jack's gonna pop his ult. Yeah, that's gonna be scary. So oh, that was fantastic pulverize. Keep going. All right. So Alistair was successfully able to disengage that. Vayne did pick up double buffs from the Volibear. So this Vayne is going to get considerably scarier and scarier with 167 CS at 24 minutes in the game in comparison to the 104. But Varus still has those 8 kills and 5 assists. So Varus is still terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. Varus has great burst for an AD. He's almost like an AD caster, kind of like what Graves is. Not quite as much AoE, but he is able to do some long-range poke, which many people cannot do, especially for ADs, unless you're Kog'Maw or something like that. But he does do some great. Okay, he successfully leap strikes away to avoid that headbutt pulverize combo. Riven just went in there because her ult was already used. She decided to just launch it out because you still get the AD bonus after you launch it. It looks like she's going to go top to farm, which is going to be very scary. Luckily, Varus is bottom, so they might be able to hold this off. Gangplank's recalling. This could be scary. Alright, Kennen is warding there, so warding right by Wraith. So that is a very good ward spot, especially if they decide that they want to go for Baron soon. They did hear that this snare went off, although they also did see that ward there. That was a great flash fling onto the Vayne. Vayne does need to tumble out of there and needs to focus down that Varus. That's her best bet right now. Possibly, okay, this could be very, very dangerous. Oh, that was a fantastic ult by the Lux. Okay, Vayne was able to get out of that Kennen ult successfully. Vayne is just doing work, and that Lux is just landing some great snares and some great slows. That was a fantastic flash. Oh, unfortunately, Varus was able to pick up that double bust, and Vayne... Oh, yeah, Vayne lost double bust to Varus, and Varus was just able to rip apart everyone. So Varus was definitely a high priority target. He got a triple kill there. Yeah, so there are two main carries, Jax and Varus. They both have a majority of the kills. They have 18 out of 28 kills on just them two. So this can be very, very scary. Very, very scary. It's still 28 to 20 kills. Only 3k gold behind. That's not that much. And the more the game goes on, it's very possible that they could close that range. Luckily, Alistar is able to fend off the tower for a little bit, but the tower is very low, so they can, at this point, they can probably just push it anytime they want to and just take that mid tower. So they're not really going to worry about it too much. They'll probably go top. Blue team will probably go top if I were to take a guess, 'cause this is their last outer turret. Is useful to get that 150 gold globally. They are going to take this dragon first, and not to mention that whoever is tanking the dragon is going to get a debuff on them, which is going to reduce their attack speed. That was a great condemn into the wall onto that Volibear, and followed up by the great snare by Lux. That Lux is just nailing so many snares. Lux is doing great. She needs to probably throw out a spear. Oh, her shield. Yeah, that is a really, really good pickup, picking up the Volibear and the Taric. They weren't the most high priority targets, but it was great. Oh, that was fantastic. Good ult by Lux again. Good snare, good slow. So Varus is going to try to clean this up with his double buffs. They did take out Jax. It looks like that condemn is... Oh, double buffs back onto Vayne. They're just transferring these like STDs. It's crazy. They haven't even killed a buff in a long time. Like, all 4 buffs are up. And these 2 buffs have been traded for the past 8 to 10 minutes now. They've just been going back and forth. They're on Volibear, and then like 2.5 minutes later they went on Vayne, and then 2.5 minutes later they went on to Varus, and then 2.5 minutes later it went right back on to Vayne. Again, Vayne just ripping through people. Now that she is successfully farmed up and starting to pick up some kills, this is going to be bad news for the blue team. They're going to have to send Jax in to stop that Vayne, but the thing is they have to bait out Vayne's condemn, so Vayne doesn't just knock back that Jax, because if Jax goes in and doesn't get the snuff before she gets her condemn, it's not going to look good. I think Vayne is going to start carrying this red team back to victory. It is very, very possible. They were winning at the beginning, and then they kind of fell behind. Now they're starting to come back. I mean, it's only 1,500 gold behind, 1,500. It was 3,000, now it's 1,500 in a matter of minutes. So like I said, comebacks happen a lot. It's very scary. Lux is being pinged by... Uh-oh, this is going to be dangerous. So yeah, Lux got pinged because she got stopped by that ward. So they're coming out. She snared both of them. That was fantastic. Okay, so he's going to fling him out, and they may go back because the stun is already gone. That was a great commitment to the wall. So they're going to try to disengage at this point. He may have to ult. Yeah, he's going to ult. Lux probably going to throw a snare, but I think they're still going to disengage, so I'm not sure if this is a good fight. Oh, it's still good. Oh, it's a good fight. That Kennen ult is going to rip apart that Lux and everybody on their team. Oh, wow. Kennen got that double kill. That is going to be very, very bad for the red team. The red team is just falling apart right now. They were there, but fighting in those tight quarters against Kennen and Jax. Jax was able to get a stun off on like 3 or 4 of them. Kennen got his ult on all 5 of them. There was just nothing that team could do. Nothing the red team could do about that. Alistar was able to get his Pulverize on, but it was just a little bit too late. Just a little bit too late. Although it doesn't look like he used his Shurelya's or his Randuin's in that fight. It is also weird to see Kennen with a Deathfire Grasp. I can honestly say I don't think I've ever seen that. But then again, with the changes to Deathfire Grasp recently, to where it does not offer mana anymore, it is a very effective item, especially once you have that magic pen. It does 25% of somebody. Well, right now it's doing 33.1 because he does have a lot of AP to make up for it. They might. I don't think they'll be able to effectively chase down this comp because they have too much stuns and too many speed ups. Yeah, so they're just gonna go back to farming. They just wanted to chase them off, make sure they didn't get that inhibitor. That's definitely something that they want to save. They do not want to give that up. Neither team has a ward on Baron. That is surprising. It is 31 minutes in, and there are no wards at Baron. I also don't see any oracles on either team, I believe. Yeah, no Tarek, Varus, Jax. I wouldn't be surprised if Jax got an oracle. He's almost unkillable at this point. He's just so tanky. Looks like Riven isn't really going much defense. Riven just going all Bloodthirster. She did die last fight, so she will have to level that back up. But they're going to stack evenly as far as I know. No, yeah, it looks like she got obviously one before the other. They're not very stacked. That's very scary. She's not going to have that much lifesteal because of that. So she's probably just going to go around, take these jungle creeps, farm up as much as she can. The only thing about that is that Vayne also has a Bloodthirster. So Vayne also needs stacks. Vayne is going to be the one doing the majority of the damage from a range distance, since Riven is quite squishy except for her shield. So yeah, looks like Riven's going to pick up a majority of that CS. Also just to kind of catch up, because it looks like Vayne almost has 200 now. Almost 200. Gangplank is definitely getting quite tanky. He is still building crit though. He does have an Executioner's Calling to help reduce healing. I'm assuming that is for the Volibear passive. That would what I would probably use it for. Especially since they already have an Ignite with Gangplank as well, and then on Riven and Lux. So they do have a lot of Ignite, a lot of kill potential, so that Taric heal is not going to do much. Red team, interestingly enough, is hanging out in this bush. Maybe it's a bush party. I don't really know. Okay, so blue team pushed up this lane. This is ingenious because they're going to push up this lane to stall time to either make them force a fight at Baron, which looks like they're just kind of hanging out in a bush right now, but pushing up this mid lane to an exposed inhibitor is very scary for this red team, because that forces them to defend this inhibitor. If they don't defend that, then the blue team is going to spawn super minions. Oh, it looks like fight's going to break out. Jack's going in the middle, stunning 3 of them. Kennen's coming out and going to get everybody in that stun. Lux is just falling apart, so is the rest of the team. Luckily, Vayne was in there and able to get some kills. Jax got a double kill, and so did Vayne. That is terrifying. So Vayne is terrified that he just came out of the nowhere, flashed over the wall. Vayne was probably not expecting that. Vayne is also not going to get out of this since she does not have double buffs or anything else. That was a good snare by Lux, although it's not going to do too much. Yeah, they have too many heals, too many passive heals. Jax is going to kill all these creeps. Life's still up a bit, and then they're just going to tank this tower and take it down because they have a huge minion wave. None of the other lanes look like they're pushing up. Mid is pushing up in the red team's favor, so that's good for them because they're not in terrible danger to lose this inhibitor. Now, if their blue creeps were pushed up to about here, their second tower, they would have went straight for this and just taken the inhibitor. It's very, very good that the red team, before they started that fight, they pushed up their minions. That was very, very intelligent move on their part. Tarek is just going to hang out in this bush, scout out a bit, make sure that nobody's coming, maybe get a free stun and a fling, but they probably wouldn't be able to kill anybody. Jax is going to take this blue buff, which is very detrimental. Although they don't have any AP casters on the other team, blue buff is still significant buff for people to have. You definitely don't want it going on a Jax. That means he's going to stun more frequently. He's going to leap strike, so he's going to be able to get away. Looks like Varus was trying to tank that Baron for a while. Now, the red team doesn't have this warded, so they are assuming that they're here, but they're not 100% sure. The Baron is falling down. They got the Baron off. They need to back off out of this fight, because if they continue to initiate, this is going to be bad news. Bad news bears. This is Volibear. Full of bad news bears. Alright, so this, yeah, I don't know, not sure if the Salazar's gonna get out of this. They're just too fast. Yeah, but popping that Shurelya's. Again, Alistair did not use his Shurelya's or his Randuin's. I think that would have been a significant change in that fight. They might have been able to disengage had he popped his ult with Shurelya's after he got stunned by the Kennen ult. Jax is just going to tank these minions. He really doesn't care at this point in the game. At this point in the game, he's so tanky and he can do so much damage. Anybody comes up to him, they're just gonna die. They're probably gonna go to this bottom tower just to gain that extra edge. Jax is trying to attack the tower because he hasn't taken this one down. He did not know that, I don't believe. So he's just gonna attack it a few times and then realize that he cannot take this. They were able to take one inhibitor or one Nexus tower. That is not going to be good. That's going to leave this exposed. These towers do regenerate health, but it is very, very, very slowly. Once these super minions start pouring in, it's going to be really bad. Really, really bad. The only person that can... Well, they have a few ADs, so they are going to be able to fend off super minions for a while. They might farm off it quite a bit. Looks like they did a surrender vote. Surrender vote does go in, and red team does lose. Congratulations to the blue team.